Sir, you wanted to see me?
Yes, Paul. I really like the way you dance. No, I mean it. So I figured we'd try this again. For one thing, if you're going to change your name, why go from a Puerto Rican name to an Italian one?
Well, people are always saying, you don't look Puerto Rican, you don't look Puerto Rican. But I am.
So you figured you look Italian?
No, I just wanted to be somebody new. So I became Paul San Marco.
Why did you want to become someone new?
Why? Well, I'm not exactly proud of my past.
Who is? But that's what the word means, Paul. Past.
It's easy for you to say.
Look, wait a minute. What made you start dancing? Your parents?
No, what do Puerto Ricans know about theater? I mean, nowadays they have Channel 47, but they didn't have that back then. But my father, he loved movies. And he'd come home from work, and he'd take us down to 42nd Street, and we'd go from one movie to another, and I don't know why, but I always loved musicals.
How old were you?
7 or 8.
On 42nd Street?
Yeah, it was a trip.
Go on.
Well, I'd have to move down front to see. I wear contacts now. And these strange men would come down front and play with me. I don't know why, but I never told anyone. I guess I thought it didn't matter.
Why didn't it matter?
Why? I don't know why.
Look, Paul, if this is too rough for you, I have your picture and resume.
No. No. Okay. Well, from seeing all those movie musicals, I used to dance around on the street all the time, and I was always being caught. I was always being Sid Charisse, which I never really understood, because I always wanted to be an actor, to perform. One day my cousin told me, "You'll never be an actor." And I knew she was telling me this because I was such a sissy. I mean, I was terribly effeminate. I always knew I was gay, but it didn't really bother me. What bothered me was that I didn't know how to be a boy. Well, one day, I looked in the mirror and I said, "You're 14, you're a faggot. What are you going to do with your life?" Well, I was in Cardinal Hayes High School at the time. There were like 3,000 boys there. I had no protection anymore. No homeroom where I could be charming and funny with the boys, so that they'd fight my battles for me. It wasn't like the small schools I used to go to. I liked school, but my grades got so bad. Like, even if I knew the answer to a question, I wouldn't raise my hand because I'd be afraid they'd make fun of me or call me names in the hallway. Well, one day, I walked into the principal's office and I said, "I'm a homosexual." Well, it was a Catholic high school, and at the age of 15, he didn't just say that. And he said, "Would you like to see a psychologist?" So I did. And he said, "I think you're very well adjusted for your age, and I think you should quit school." So I did. But I really didn't want to. I just couldn't take it anymore. See, when I quit school, what I was trying to do was figure out how to be a man. But since then, I realized that I am one. I was just looking for the wrong thing. See, I thought being a man meant being a butcher. So I started hanging around with people down at 72nd Street, trying to find people that were like me, strange, but like me. Well, when one of them said that the Jewel Box Review, you know, the drag show, was looking for male dancers, I went on down to audition. See, from all those years of being Sid Charisse, I could turn to anything at my audition. But they said, "You're too short to be a boy. How would you like to be a pony?" A pony? Yeah, a girl. Show us your legs. But I have hair on my legs. That's okay, come on upstairs. So, I went upstairs. They hiked up my dungarees, made me put on a pair of stockings and a pair of high heels to walk around in. It was freaky. It was incredible. So I went back downstairs and they said, "Ooh, you have wonderful legs." Really? Terrific. It's so strange thinking about all this. I mean, it happened a lifetime ago. I was 16. Oh, and then there was the thing of hiding it from my parents. See, we had to get all these things to the show, like shoes to practice in, makeup, earrings. I used to hide it from my mother, but she would always find it. I said I was hiding it for a girl in the show who didn't want her parents to find out she was in it. She believed me. Well, I was in show business. It was the asshole of show business. But it was a job. But hanging out with all those people at the Jewel Box, it got sort of meaning. I mean, nobody there had any self-respect or self-worth. I don't know, I think it was the lack of dignity that got to me. So, after a while, I just quit. Sure, I floated around for a while. Got a job as an office boy, a waiter. But without an education, you can't get a real job. So, when the Jewel Box called and asked if I wanted to come back, I did. We were at the Apollo Theater on 125th Street doing 4 shows a day in a movie. It was really tacky. The show was going to Chicago. And my parents were going to drop by my luggage at the theater after the show was over. Well, we were doing this Oriental number. And I looked like Anime Wong. I had this huge gold headdress with 2 great big chrysanthemums on either side of my head and gold balls hanging all over it. We were going on to the finale. And who should I see? Standing by the stage door? My parents. I freaked out. I didn't know what to do. So I said, oh, okay. You'll just walk straight past them, like all the others, and they'll never even realize you're there. So, I took a deep breath. And as I walked past my mother, I heard her say, "Oh my God." Well, I died. But what could I do? I had to go on to the finale. So I did. After the show was over, after I had finished getting dressed and taking off her makeup, I went back downstairs. And there they were, standing in the middle of all of these. And all they said to me was, please write. Make sure you read. And take care of yourself. And as they turned away, I heard my dad say to the producer, take care of my son. It was the first time he'd ever called me that.
Are you ready for them yet?
All right. Bring them in.
Okay, kids, here we go. Everybody in.